Salutations to you out there. You are welcome to my Facebook page. We have another question to solve today. And the question we are solving today is on number base. Let's go solving the question right now. We are given if this is equal to this. You can see we have a number and we have a base. We have a number and we have a base. And from this question, we are asked to find n. How can we find this n? For us to find n, we are going to convert both sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. We are going to convert the two of them to base 10. So when you convert to base 10, then we can now collect like terms and expand further. For us to convert to base 10 now, we are going to have is 0, 1, 2 here. Then we also have is 0, 1, 2 here. That means we are going to have 1 times, this one is n raised to power 2 plus these 2 here times n raised to power 1, then plus 4 times n raised to power 0. Everything is now equal to this other side, so we have 2 times 5 raised to power 2, then plus 3 times 5 raised to power 1, then plus 2 times 5 raised to power 0. Then we can now simplify further. If we simplify further, we are going to have here n squared plus 2 times n raised to power 1 is n times 2 is 2n plus n raised to power 0 is 1 times 4. We have 4 here. Everything is now equal to 2 times 5 raised to power 2 is 25 plus 3 raised to power 5 raised to power 1 is 1 times is 5 times 3 is 5. Then we have 2 times 1. As you can see, this side of the equation, the right hand side, will certainly give us a value. That means we are going to have n squared plus 2n plus 4 is now equal to, this will give us 50 plus 15 plus 2. If they are added together, we are going to have, this will give us 65 plus 2, and that will surely give us 67. That means we are going to have n squared plus 2n plus 4. Here is 67. We can move the 67 here. That means we are going to have minus 67 is equal to 0. Then we can now simplify further. If you simplify further, here we have n squared plus 2n. 4 minus 67 will certainly give us a negative answer, and the negative answer will surely be 63. So we have 63 is equal to 0. Now, as you can see, we have a quadratic equation here, of which we can actually use many methods to solve a quadratic equation. We can use factorization method, completing the square method, the use of the general quadratic formula. But in this case, we are going to use factorization method. That means we are going to look for two numbers that will be multiplied together to give us minus 69, minus 63. And these two numbers that we are talking about, when they are added together, it will give us plus 7 plus 2n. These two numbers we are talking about will be 7 and 9. 7 times 9 will certainly give us 63, but one of them must be negative. But as you can see, what we have here is plus 2. Automatically, the larger number will be positive, while the smaller number will be negative. In that case, we are going to have n squared. So we are going to replace this plus 2n with the 2 factor now. That means we are going to have minus 7n plus 9n minus 63 is equal to 0. We can now collect like terms here. We pair them together, the first two together and these two. What is common to this? If we observe that 9 is surely common here, n is common, so we have n into n minus 7. Then here we have plus 9 is common, n minus 7 is equal to 0. Then we can now bring the two together. If you bring the two together, you will surely observe that I have the same thing in the bracket. That means I am going to have from the bracket n minus 7 into the second bracket. I'm going to have n plus 9. N plus 9 is equal to 0. That means if these two numbers are expand, you will have n squared plus 2n minus 63. So I can now equate both brackets to a 0. So I have the first one, n minus 7 is equal to 0, or n plus 9 is equal to 0. So my n now will now be equal to 7 or minus 9. But looking at this, when you are actually solving a question under number base, the value of your n must not be negative. It must not be in decimal. So the right answer to this particular question now will now be our n will now be equal to 7. That is the answer that we are going to get for this particular question. We are going to stop here for now and we take it off from here next time. Thank you for watching and God bless you. We move.